Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillah and peace and salutations be upon our Prophet Muhammad. Hello sisters, hello dear kids. Today inshallah this is our lesson number 4. And inshallah today we are going to continue what we have already started in class number 3. Hope for those that who have never or haven't seen the class number 3 to go on and watch it on YouTube or on the group inshallah, so that everything will be continuous and regular in their minds. Alhamdulillah, we have already done the Arabic alphabet. And then we go to the next topic, which is the letter joining and recognition, how to recognize the different shapes of the letters whenever they are joined in words, because actually joining the letters would make like a difference in it sometimes. So some people know the letters, but still in the words, they don't know what is this. So the last time we stopped by the letter Bod. So let's start from the Ta today. Just I need to remind you of something very important. We said that we have some letters which need always a gap after them. They can join letters before, but never join a letter after. Okay, so I have 6 letters. So the alif, if I look here, I can find an alif with a dash here so that it can join, for example, to any letter, for example, meme. But never ever it can be joined like this to a letter next to it. Why? Because if it is joined, it will be transformed to lam. So some letters actually need to have a gap or a space just after them. Okay, so the same way for the del, I can find a del just this shape, but still I can never add a letter here. The del, it can be connected to a letter after before, but never to a letter after. The same for the ra, the same for the za, and the same for the waw. This is important to know because some sisters or kids actually, for example, they don't know, is this a nun or a dal in words? Some don't know if this is an alif or is it a lam. So knowing this rule helps us too much to know what we are dealing with. We said as well another rule that if the letter has a big shape, we need to remove a part of it if it is in the beginning or the middle of the word. So because there is no space, for example, the sod, I will remove this and I will just keep this part. But when it comes at the end and there is a space after it, it can return back to its normal shape. Let's return back to the sod to see this example here. The same for the dot. The same for the jim, ha, and kha. Jim, ha, and kha. All this, alhamdulillah, is discussed in the last lesson. If you want, inshallah, to return back to the last video. For the ta and ba, very easy to recognize. I don't have many comments here. They are the same shape. They can have a dash before to join to a letter before, or a dash after to join to a letter after. There is no problem. The same for the va. This sign is actually confusing for some students. Some students are mixing this with meme. Okay, or sometimes with, for example, they mix the ghain with fa. So thicker, the ain can come in this shape, which we all know, or it can come in this shape. I always say that this shape is like a beak of a bird. It's bent like this and have a beak like the beak of the bird. Okay, so some students think that this is a ha. No, actually the ha has a straight head, but here this has a like something like a beak of a bird. It's tilted and it's not straight, like curved or rounded. Okay, so this is not a ha. Do not mix between the ayn and the ha. Same down here with the ghain. This is not a kha. For example, this is not a ha. Ha is long and straight, a little bit straight like this, but the ayn is short and rounded. So here, for example, is this a kha? No, if it was a kha, it will be like this. It will not be small and rounded like this. The same here, the kha will be like this. So let's return back to the slide of the han kha. So it would be more clear for you. This is the ha, and this is the kha. This is straight and long. This is straight and long. The same here. Not like the ayn, it's rounded and small like this. Okay, so I hope that the ayn and the ghain are clear. And not very common, but it's still used. For the fa, it's small, so we don't need to remove a big part, but still we can add a dash before and after to join letters. Is this a ghain? No, it's not a ghain. I told you that if it is a ghain, it would be like the beak of the bird. Okay, so there is no empty gap inside like this. This is very unique to the fa. Is it a meme? No, actually, if it was a meme, it would be, the circle would be down. So look here to the line. It is not like the fa. Look here to the fa. This is round, void, and there is no beak like this beak. Okay. For the qaf, for the qaf, some students are mixing it with the ta marbuta. Many students, when it comes to the ta marbuta at the end of word, they told me qaf. No, this is not a qaf. The ta marbuta never ever comes in the middle of the word. It's always at the end of the word, as we said. So the one in the middle of a word like this, or in the beginning of a word like this is the qaf. If the qaf comes at the end, of course, I'm removing this because there is no place, our general rule. But when it comes at the end, it will never be like this. This is a ta marbuta. It will always be a complete shape. Okay, so the ta marbuta comes with this shape at the end, but the qaf at the end is like this. What comes in the middle and in the beginning, it is a qaf. You see here, of course, this is not ta marbuta. If it's ta marbuta, it would come here. Okay, if it was a ta marbuta, it would come here at the end, never in the beginning or in the middle of a word. The kaf, actually the kaf is a little bit, yes, it will be changing a lot. If it comes at the end, okay, it's okay to put it like this, all the same shape. But if we are joining it, we can make it like this shape, as you see. Sometimes it is a little bit rounded like this. It's not very straight this way. This happens. And when it comes this shape, unfortunately, my students sometimes think that this is a ya. Of course, this is not a ya. A ya, if it comes in this shape, it would not be in the middle. It will be at the end, and it will be down under the line. So the kaf is the one up, the ya is the one down. Okay. If we put the ya in the middle or in the beginning, it will be like this. So the one up above the line, this is a kaf. Either it's shaped like the kaf or like the ya or not. Still, this is up and this is a kaf. The ya is down the line. It's never up. Lam, it's like the alif, but still it has this dash after. So it can join two letters before and two letters after. Not the alif. The alif needs a gap. The alif needs a gap here, an empty space here after it. So this is the lam. So of course I will be removing this part to be able to join it in the beginning and in the end here to the words. But when we have the lam at the end, still we can return back to its normal shape. Mim. Mim. That's the mim. Yeah. Sometimes as well the meme comes this shape. So this round thing is the meme. This is not very common for beginners, but this is still a meme at the end of words. I can never put this tail in the middle of the word or in the beginning, but I can still put it at the end where there is big space after. I can put the letter in all shapes. Is this a noon or a dal? If we return back to our lesson, last lesson, we will know that if it is a dal, it would have a gap after. So this is a noon because what? Because it is joining to the letter which is coming after. If this was a dal, it would have been like this with a space after. Okay, but this one joined is a noon. The ha. The ha has many shapes, and many of them are not so familiar, especially that when we are learning the alphabet, it's always written for us straight. But for the ha, I have this that can come in the beginning, this one in the middle. Actually, sometimes a very strange shape is there, and it's repeating in Quran. It's something like the banana or the root of a plant, maybe. So it will be written like this. Many people don't know what's this. This is a ha. This is another shape of ha. Okay, you can never as well find it like PowerPoint and so because it's not in the keyboard. So for the ha, this is another shape of ha. This, like the ta marbuta, comes at the end, but it's like the ta marbuta with no dots. This as well comes at the end with no dots. As I told you, the ta marbuta and ha are related, but we are not going to discuss it now. For the waw, no one is confused with the waw because it's never changing. It is, but as you see here, it is not joined to letters after. Okay, so there is a gap always after the nun. What about the ya? The ya, if it is in the middle of word, in the beginning, there is no place for this very big shape. Still, I can put two dots. Sometimes, by the way, some books are writing the yeah like this with the two dots. So some people say where it comes this two dots. It is already found in many books. But what about this at the end? At the end, there is space, so I can put the whole shape. So I will be returning back to this shape. But is this a calf? No. If it was a calf, it would be up. If it is a calf, it would be up. Okay, it's never done like this. The calf comes in the middle with this shape, but the ya comes like this at only the end of the word. Finally, we have the Hamza. The Hamza is a letter which has many shapes. It's very small, so mostly it needs a base. Like, you know, it is nobody, it's just a head, so it needs something like a base to stand on. So you can find the Hamza on an alif, under an alif, on a line, on a ya, on a waw. I don't care. Yani, this is not very important because I never ever pronounce the letter down. Okay, I know that this is base. I don't pronounce the alif up. I don't pronounce the waw. All the time I'll be pronouncing the Hamza as Hamza, a, I, o. Whatever comes down, I don't care. It is still a Hamza. So look here, I don't want you to know when and where it comes with different shapes, but still you see, I want you to look to the examples here. It can come like this or like this. Still, of course, if there is an alif under, we will need a gap after it. Pay attention to the gap after the dal. So here, for example, I can say رأس, سأل, ذئب, شؤم, ضوء, ضوءها. So all the time it's This have nothing, the base down has nothing to do with the. So that was the vowels, the letter recognition. I hope that you listen and look to this to the slides many times. So inshallah, when we are starting the vowels the next class, this will be easy for you to start reading words. So let's go to the other topic today, which is Surat An-Nas. We have already done like 3 verses, so let's continue. Let's listen to the surah.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل أعوذ برب الناس ملك الناس إله الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس.
Surah Al-Nas. We discussed, alhamdulillah, the last time, the virtues of the surah, the names of the surah, and all those topics, alhamdulillah. So let's go and continue the recitation of the surah. We said that, of course, these are used for protection. Yeah, let's read together, repeat together, so that after class you will be already, mashallah, memorizing the surah. We have memorized the first 3 verses. Let me read them quickly and then go to the next. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل أعوذ برب الناس ملك الناس إله الناس. Let's read the new verse of the day. من شر من شر من شر من شر من شر الوسواس 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 من شر الوسواس. Join. من شر الوسواس من شر الوسواس. Repeat 3 times. من شر الوسواس. من شر الوسواس الخناس. من شر الوسواس الخناس. من شر الوسواس الخناس. من شر الوسواس الخناس. Repeat 3 times. من شر الوسواس الخناس. قل أعوذ برب الناس ملك الناس إله الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس. I'm reading slowly so that you can repeat and memorize. I think this verse is enough today because it's a little bit long, and inshallah tomorrow we are going to continue the rest of the surah. Jazakumullahu khaira. And if you listen to the surah many times, inshallah, throughout the day, by tomorrow you will be memorizing the surah. All together with revising Surah Al-Fatiha. So let's go to the next topic. And we were talking about the 6 pillars of faith. We already finished the faith in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the faith in angels. Still, this is of course for beginners, and later on we are going to go in deep with these beliefs, inshallah. So we have mentioned the 6 pillars of faith and what is meant by a pillar, and that the 6 pillars of faith are the main support and the main thing that's supporting your faith, and the faith is the thing that you believe in. We said that the 6 beliefs are the 6 pillars of faith are al-iman billah, to believe in Allah, wa malaikatihi, the angels, wa kutubihi, the books, wa rusulihi, his messengers, wal yawm al-akhir, which is the hereafter or the day of that judgment, wal qadar khayrihi wa sharrihi, and the predestination. So today, inshallah, we are discussing the messengers. What are messenger? The messenger is the person whom Allah has chosen to send him to people to guide them to the belief in the oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So he is sent by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to people. He is a human. All messengers are humans. And he has sent messengers from Adam to Muhammad, peace be upon him. There are thousands of messengers and prophets. Of course, not all of them are mentioned in Quran, but still we need to believe in those messengers who are mentioned in Quran and who are not mentioned in Quran. So you should believe in the prophets mentioned in Quran, and in that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has sent others who are not mentioned in Quran, but still they are his messengers and they need to be believed in and respected. These messengers are human. Okay, this is number 1. Number 2, they are sent all with the same message, which is to believe in the oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to believe that there is no God but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So is it different the message of Muhammad, peace be upon him, than the message of Isa or Jesus, peace be upon him, than the message of Musa, alayhi salam, the message of all the prophets? No, from Adam to Muhammad, peace be upon them all, who was the last messengers sent to earth, they all carried the same message. That's why we say that the Islam is the religion of Allah from Adam to now. It's not a new religion. Some people think that this is a new religion sent to Muhammad. It's something different. No, Islam means the surrender and the submission to the will of Allah. And this is actually what all the believers has done or have done all over the years starting Adam. And the message of all prophets was the same. All of them came and asked their people to believe in the one God and disbelieve in the different false gods and idols. Why didn't Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala send angels? Actually, some disbelievers were asking, why they didn't believe, because they said, you as a human are a messenger of Allah. We disbelieve in this. But if it was an angel, they would also have said, you are an angel. You can be good, but we are human. We can never be good. You are an angel, you cannot disobey Allah, but we are human, that we are in need to certain things that we need to do. We need to eat, to drink, to marry, whatever, but you don't need anything. That's why you are in this state of faith. So they would also refuse the angel. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has a wisdom behind sending humans to guide humans. They are models. You need to follow them because you are a human like them. So everything they do, you can still follow them and do it. Okay, so Allah has given you a model from yourself, something like you that you can follow and do like him. And of course, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is the last messenger and prophet, and we must not believe in any other one who can lie and say that he is a prophet after Muhammad. There are some calls like Ahmadiyya, like some things that appear in the past times and in the few years ago. And of course, these are all false prophets, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned in Quran that Muhammad is the last prophet, peace be upon him. If you don't believe in this, then you are not believing in the word Allah, that you are not a believer. So inshallah, tomorrow we are going to have the next topic. Actually, we are returning back and we will talk about the books sent to the human by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and through his messengers. Jazakumullahu khairan. And inshallah, see you tomorrow. And on the WhatsApp group, I need you to send me the audios of Surah An-Nas and Surah Al-Fatiha. So I will be correcting you and I will be following with you. So not suddenly you find yourself too late to follow us. Jazakumullahu khairan and assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.